Welcome into the South Hockey Radio Network, live on Mixlr and on Twitch, courtesy of Gerard Boris behind the camera and Wendy Freemuth operating the scoreboard. My name is Dylan Ward, and once again I'm alongside my father, John Ward, as my color commentator. And well, the Titans swept the Lions in the first round of the playoffs, and now they see their rival, Glenbrook North, here in the second round, game one.
Hey, Dylan, it has some built-in excitement. You can look at all the stat sheets and do all the comparisons, but just the fact that this is a GBS, GBN showdown, best of three, is just enough in itself to bring a lot of people out. This place is jammed tonight. I've never seen so many people for a high school hockey game before.
Tons of people here, especially on the GBN side. They have a little less room, so they're all packed together. To our right, a lot of students for both schools as Glenbrook South student section continues to pile in. 1 minute left on the warm-up, and John, the Titans, they did sweep the St. Viator Lions, but they only scored 3 goals in that series. So the offense, not the best in that series, but they get bailed out by Luke Winger, who in his last 3 games, we're talking about a 99 save percentage.
Yeah, he's been on fire, but they're going to have to put some more pucks in the net, I think. Although they've really had GBN's number this year. And last year, they're riding a 6-game winning streak. They're looking for their 7th game in a row versus GBN. So GBN is going to try their best to get that turned around for their organization.
And you know, GBN actually held the all-time SHL head-to-head record against the Titans. 20 wins, 4 losses for the Spartans until that 6-game winning streak happened and started last season, which is now continued into this game.
Yeah, well, listen, no matter what happens, you've got to lace them up and you've got to play the game. Otherwise, right, you just go home and maybe give GBS the win. GBS is going to have to fight, I think, a little bit more than they even think. So hopefully Philbin has got them motivated to go out and play strong tonight versus this GBN team.
And we've got Stephen Bann with the starting lineup. It's a nice surprise, so let's hear it. All right, so you heard it there from Stephen Bann. Raderman does get the start in net. We were wondering about that, John. He's their number 2 goalie in terms of playing time and minutes, but he proved to be very successful in games 2 and 3 of the SHL quarterfinals for them. A series they lost game 1, came back to win over York. Yeah, he came in midway through the 2nd game and then got the call for the 3rd game, producing 2 wins, 2 must-wins after losing the 1st game in that best-of-3 series. So GBN played a good, strategically made the right call and got away with the series. All right, the Titans with their first game in 6 days. The Spartans just played last night. Zach Freemuth and Avi Schoenberg ready for the face-off. Game 1 of the SHL semifinals, North and South, is underway. From Glenview Ice Center, the Titans will take the face-off. Owen Almberg missed Jason Bann with the pass, but he got a piece of it with his stick, so it won't be an icing. Zach Freemuth now on the near side. Taken away by North, and here comes Connor Katsamakis, who scored one of GBN's 4 goals against the Titans this season in 3 games played. Tried to center it for Dimoff, but it's intercepted by Freemuth. Springs ahead Jason Bann, slides it to Nick Ventura. Ventura got his shot stuffed, and the rebound goes to Jason Bann in the corner. 40 seconds in here at Glenview Ice Center, scoreless between North and South, meeting for the 4th time this season. Zach Freemuth will dump this in. Michael Raderman will take it below his goal line. The sophomore in net for the Glenbrook North Spartans. Gets the nod over Nate Kasdan. This will go all the way down again, and no icing. Winger plays it, and then this almost deflects in. It hits the post. Puck comes out to neutral ice now, and Glenbrook North bring it back in. Jacob Smith, who scored 2 goals last game, 2 of his 5 this season. The go-ahead goal in the 3rd period, and then the OT winner after York tied it late. This will go all the way down and be an icing. 15:34 to go in the 1st.
Dylan, I can't say this is categorically so, but in many of these games, GBS has started pretty slow. And so far tonight, they're looking like they're following that same formula. So hopefully they're just getting their legs, probably got some butterflies. This is a lot of people. If we can get a look at the crowd sometime tonight, you'll see there's not too many seats left to go in the house here.
And people still making their way in as well. Face-off taken by the Titans. Pajurski lifts it out to neutral. Grabbed by Glenbrook North, they will dump it in. Asher Vanderplug ahead to Will Stevens. Will Stevens for the Titans. Puts some points on the scoreboard when he plays York, including a 2-goal game on December 10th in Northbrook. Adrian Sokol with a shot. That's into Raderman's glove. And by the way, that game, Stevens had 2 goals, John. You might remember you had to hand deliver my sheets because I left them at home.
And what sheets they are, Dylan. This is the information we use before these games start, of which Dylan does a couple hours worth of work. So I'm just going to give you a pat on the back for that.
Gotta bring all of you viewers out there the best information possible, the most interesting stuff. We are just getting started here from Glenview Ice Center. Glenbrook North, a very pretty record on the road, 5-11-1, but at home they are 11-3. Quite a disparity there between games at Northbrook Sports Center and elsewhere. GBN will take the face-off. Now Steiner into the zone, punches the puck ahead, but taken by Ryan Mulvey, plays it to the near side Steenstrup. Avoided a hit, got the puck deep again, Ryan Mulvey. Plays it to Wyatt Sherwood, who's got one of the Titans' 3 goals this postseason. Another shot comes in from the Spartans. Luke Winger makes the save. It's his first of the night. Aiden Siegel up to Adnan. He shoots from the left side, and that didn't make it on target. Was blocked on its way, so Wyatt Sherwood lifts this up and over into the Spartan zone. Loses an edge, gets back up, but Ryan Rossi will take it and play it to the near side. Looks for Dimov, but intercepted by Band. Now up high, Adrian Sokol shoots. It was low, and Raderman shut the door. Adrian Sokol again got his shot blocked and tipped wide. 3 minutes in, Titans lead shots 2-1, game scoreless at 0 very early here in Glenview. Adrian Sokol, Nick Ventura. Ventura entering the zone, takes a shot. He was looking for the top left corner, and it was a good shot, but Raderman makes the save.
Yeah, what a great save by Raderman. I will tell you, Sokol's playing a smart game of hockey because he threw that puck all the way from the blue line, never rose more than 3 inches off the ground, and that's when things happen. That's when players get their sticks on it. You could even have a defensive tip, and just fool your goalie. So you just keep it low to the ground, good things usually happen.
Stevens out there with Adam Sokol and Dylan Monaghan. Titans will take the face-off. Vanderplug up high, takes a shot, and that gets blocked by Schallen. Now here comes Glenbrook North, intercepted Will Stevens, comes in, takes a shot, save made, rebound, Adam Sokol tries to stuff it by Raderman, and he made 2 saves.
Wow, what a great wrist shot. GBN just kind of lost the puck in their own zone. GBS player just quickly, Stevens just grabbed it, turned it right around in the transition, put a shot on net, and then Sokol was able to get a tip, It's just that the GBN goalie made a better save.
Michael Raderman, in the 2 games he's played this series, 78 saves on 81 shots. It's about 96.2% saves. Incredible for the sophomore. This Glenbrook North program has a lot to look forward to for years to come in the goaltending department. Here's Sandler to Jacob Smith. Tried to get it back, but taken away by Adam Sokol in neutral ice. He will dump it down. The Titans will change the forwards. Tutsius and Lochran out there playing defense. Lochran scored his 3rd goal of the campaign last game, first in SHL play, to clinch the series and send the Titans to the semis. Katsamakis to neutral ice. He was looking for Rafalowski there. Now Anthony Rafalowski looking for Macinter, but he couldn't glove it down, so Tutsius to Ban. Now touch pass by Freemuth to Ventura. The Titans will come into the zone. Ventura tried to get it back for Freemuth. It missed his stick, and it just does leak outside the zone. And, you know, maybe the Spartans get a little break there, or the Titans do, I should say. I think that was offside.
Yeah, I was putting my hand up. It's just kind of a natural thing that I do. But the original play, I think, was just offsides by a step. Of course, we don't have that kind of replay we do like in the NHL for a coach to call that back.
I mean, hey, if Gerard's here every game, we should add that in. Why not get the call right? Jason Ban. Freemuth got a piece of it. Now Ventura takes it into the zone. Nick Ventura centers it. Freemuth, he scores! What a play by Ventura. Right to the blue paint. Zach Freemuth crashed the net, and he gets the first goal of the series.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play. I think everybody was lulled to sleep as the puck moved a little closer to the corner. Ventura got that puck out to Freemuth, who was just standing right in front of the GBN goalie. He just had to redirect it and put it into the net. So they're looking for their big goal scorers. Freemuth's one of them. Jason Ban. Those are people that are going to have to get on the board to make this easier than harder.
Zach Freemuth becomes the first and only Titan to hit the 20-goal plateau in conference play here in the SHL with his 2nd of the playoffs. This one off the board. Steenstrup will pick it up in neutral ice. Couldn't get around Adnan. So Steiner comes over the blue line, left wing side. It'll go down to the corner. So Jason Ban gets the secondary assist on that Freemuth goal. Nick Ventura obviously with that primary. The puck will go out of play here. 11:33 to go in the first period. Titans with the lead when GBS scores first this season. 17-4-1 record.
Yeah, that's a pretty good record to be counting on, but can't rest on your laurels. Got to go out and get this game.
This is a rivalry game, John. We haven't seen any penalties. It's kind of two different stories depending on the night here in this rivalry this season. When they played on Thanksgiving Eve, that annual big game that draws nearly 2,000 fans, there were only 2 penalties in the game, one by each team, and both teams were unsuccessful on the power play. The next time they played, less than a month later, each team had about 20 penalty minutes. So we'll see what kind of game we get tonight. I'm sure they'll be a little more conservative, this being the playoffs, but these guys do not like each other, that's for sure. Adnan on the near side. Now a turnaround shot by Siegel, and he goes high with it. Pajerski backhands it down. It'll go all the way for an icing. 10:38 to go in the first.
Dylan, and just to add on to a little bit of that story of the special teams, the penalty killing, the power plays, neither one of these teams puts on a very good show when they're on the power play. They have a 5% goal scoring percentage. That's 1 out of 20 opportunities.
And that's crazy when you look at that combined power play stat and compare it to GBN's overall on the season, best in the SHL. They are 0 out of 10 against the Titans this season, 3 games on the power play. Luke Winger covers this up in the blue paint for another whistle. Just 10 seconds after the last, we'll have another face-off.
Yeah, I think that's why it's just all these stats are interesting, and you can spin them any way you want, right? GBN ranks first in the power play, but can't do anything against GBS.
GBN also with the best penalty kill in the SHL. So we'll track that as we continue on, but nothing in the penalty department yet in this game. Benji Pajurski, Smith, now Callahan plays it off his chest. He'll go to the corner. Benji Pajurski taken away by the Spartans. Connor Katsamakis intercepted by Michael Algrim. He'll play it to Lochran. Now Pajurski takes a hit from Smith and takes a seat. Now the other way comes Glenbrook North. Josh Jenin tried to set it up for Colin Cyphers, but it goes to the corner for Smith. Now Cyphers to the front of the net, sticked away by the Titans. GBS leads shots 6-2, a score they've beaten the Spartans by twice this season. Jason Ban over the line. Ban takes a shot that gets deflected and goes high. 9:26 to go in the first period. This gets arced down into the Titans zone. Won't be an icing. Macinter down in the corner, taken away by the Titans. Jason Ban sort of tripped up there, but got it past Sandler, but only to the stick of Anthony Rafalowski. Rafalowski over the blue line, left wing side. Below the goal line he goes, down to the corner. Rafalowski to Macinter. Now Ryan Sandler. Tried to get it up high to Wilson, but instead Ventura chases after the puck, and there's no penalty called on the trip. GBS fans here do not agree with that no call. We will continue playing here at Glenview Ice Center. Wilson from neutral ice, not going to beat Winger that way. He will continue the play. Adrian Sokol tried to get it to Steenstrup, but that misses him. And it would have been an icing, but Raderman decides to keep the play going. Jack Mulvey in the corner. Fighting with Brady Hendrickson for the puck. Now it's taken Avi Schoenberg out to Owen Just. And we're going to get a penalty behind the play, an elbowing call against Glenbrook North. Pardon me, against Glenbrook South. He pointed to the north bench, might have been saying power play, but Wyatt Sherwood is going to have a seat. And the penalty minutes leader on the Titans will be gone for 2 minutes.
That might have been a payback penalty right there for that missed trip call by the refs. But Sherwood is the most spirited player. He was the last game, so he's out there. He wants to make an impact. He's got to stay out of the box, though.
Smith shoots, and Winger steers it aside. The Spartans looking for their first power play goal against Glenbrook South this season. The best power play in the SHL, 26.7%, 27 out of 101.
Yeah, Dylan, if GBS is going to be successful tonight, they're going to have to quiet down Just, Dimoff, and Siegel. Those are the top producers on this team. And so far, they really haven't shown up yet. So let's see if we can kill off the rest of this power play.
You look at on that list, John, Aiden Siegel and Owen Just with a combined 14 power play goals this season. This puck dropped unfairly. You can see Aiden Siegel out there ready for the face-off. Owen Just on the left side. And Dimov on the right. Go figure. The first line out there, Evan Polakidis being very aggressive here to start his power play. This puck goes into the netting again, and we have sort of lost a little bit of game flow here.
And probably the top player you got to watch out for is Owen Just, who's got 46 points in the SHL. A whopping 110 points collectively in all games played this year.
It's unbelievable stuff. 38 goals, 72 assists for 110 points in all competitions for the rightful wearer of the number 97 for the Glenbrook North Spartans, of course matching Connor McDavid of the Oilers. Katsamakis now circles back. Smith arcs it in. Luke Winger will catch it and ran out of time to play it. So he will get a whistle. The Titans with a pretty good penalty kill about halfway through.
Certainly still look for those big players to stay on the ice, probably for the remainder. They can handle 2 minutes of hockey here, so they'll probably stay out for the whole time.
7:14 to go in the first. Spartans looking to tie it up. GBS with a 1-0 lead. Zach Freemuth from Ventura and Ban. Owen just scores! He snapped that one by Winger from the left circle. And GBN's power play converts once again. It just gets his 9th on-the-man advantage this season.
That Dylan, we were just talking about it. He was just playing catch with the defenseman. He's sending it back and forth, back and forth. He just waited on the near board and then decided to move out, move in that 45-degree angle towards the goalie and used a lot of people in front as a screen, and it got past Winger for a surprising first early goal.
So the Stars are shining here in Game 1, each team with their top point producer getting the goals for their respective sides. Zach Freemuth and Owen Just in this first period. It's a tie hockey game. Ryan Rossi down to Pajurski, takes a hit from Sandler and falls. Adinin to Rafalowski, near side. Grant Lochran faked a slap shot dump, but instead will tap it lightly to the corner. Will Stevens taken away by Rossi again. Ryan Rossi also with a goal against the Titans this season. This will go all the way down. No icing again. We will continue playing here with 6:20 to go in the opening frame at Glenview Ice Center. For those of you tuned in wondering about the Loyola New Trier series, I can definitely check on the score at the next whistle because I'm very interested to know. Two amazing rivalry matchups in the SHL semifinals as this one comes on target. Luke Winger will cover it up. 6:01 in the first.
Dylan, when you look at the stats of these games and you see a stat like GBN not scoring any power play goals out of 10 opportunities, and boom, that is broken right here in the first period, within the first half of the first period. You know, you just have to look at that's why, you know, these big playoff games mean so much and different kinds of things happen, so you can't always depend on the numbers.
And you know, there's so much numbers that go into preparing for one of these broadcasts, and just about every time I'm bringing these numbers up as a shock value thing, like GBN scoring after going 0 out of 10. You never know when things like that are going to happen. This is playoff hockey. It's a much different vibe. Wilson goes to Hendrickson. Brady Hendrickson, Dimov, nice touch pass. Siegel gets it back to Dimov, now back for Siegel again, stuffed by Jack Mulvey, and he hits him into the end board glass. Glenbrook North looking to keep pressure alive. Steiner down to the corner. Ryan Mulvey brings it around the boards. It comes out for the Titans. This one just past Wyatt Sherwood, but it goes on net. It won't be an icing. Sherwood comes to the slot, shoots, Jack Mulvey down low, scores! Jack Mulvey puts the Titans back in the lead with 5:01 to go.
Dylan, I think Sherwood is the one who makes that play. He grabs that puck in the slot, comes around, does a little dip, gets around the GBN defenseman, and then he actually shot that puck just a tad wide of the net, and it was enough for the GBS player to grab it, do a little stick handle, back and forth, and put it into the net. Wow, 2-1. They needed to respond quickly, they did it.
Jack Mulvey gets on the board here in the playoffs after missing 6 games at the end of the regular season. Comes in clutch there, right by the goal line, stuffed it in. We might be in for a barn burner tonight. Again, we've seen 8 goals twice when these two teams match up. Titans' season high in goals this SHL season is 6. They've accomplished that 3 times. Once against Barrington, twice against the Spartans. Jason Ban off the boards. Connor Katsamakis will dump it back down. Zach Freemuth. Around Shallon. Taken away by the Spartans. Here's Colin Cyphers. Nick Ventura right by the Titan bench. Those two getting into it with each other. Meanwhile, Benji Pajerski into the zone. Fires that one wide. Now to neutral ice. Grant Loughran. Pajerski waiting at the blue line. Benji Pajerski. Right side, tried to center it for Callahan. Never got to his stick, and we're going to get a penalty this time against the Spartans.
Yeah, now we'll get to see that. By the way, Pajerski really got a lot of wood on that shot. And I do think that when you come up and you're using a defensive end as a screen, one of the biggest things that will make you successful is changing the speed of those shots. So if you can snap off a fast one when the goalie is kind of getting set for a particular speed of a shot, and it's twice as fast as he thinks it's going to be, that's when you can really be successful. That was cool.
Glenbrook South with 3 power play goals in these playoffs. Pardon me, with just 2 in the playoffs. And they've got 3 games in a row with a power play goal. The most recent 2 were overtime game winners. Zach Freemuth in game 1 against St. Viator. Grant Loughran in game 2. Owen Almberg playing it back out to neutral ice. Jason Band slides it over. Ryan Mulvey. Almberg intercepted. Here comes Sandler. Takes a shot from neutral ice, and Luke Winger makes the save, deflecting it into the netting.
Well, with 1:22 left on this power play, maybe GBS can flip the script on their 5th place power play percentage in the SHL, right? Maybe they can come down and start to pad some of the percentage points, put one in here to take a 3-0 lead, get that insurance goal.
Jack Mulvey will take the defensive zone faceoff, the goal scorer of the most recent goal for Glenbrook South to put them up 2-1 here in the first period. Semi-final, best 2 out of 3. You are watching game 1 of what's going to be a fantastic series. Hendrickson takes a hit from Jack Mulvey, and the puck comes to the high left point, but it'll be a delayed offside, so the Titans will have to tag up, and Glenbrook North gonna get it out all the way down, and they are shorthanded, so they can do that. 45 seconds to go on Glenbrook South's power play. 1 out of 10 against the Spartans in 3 games played coming into this one. GBN will clear it again. Adrian Sokol drops it off. Zach Freemuth with plenty of speed. Freemuth 1-on-4, trying to get around everyone. Got to the puck, fell down, centered it, looking for Ventura. And covering it up is Raderman. And Jacob Smith takes down a Titan. That is Nick Ventura. Teams are getting a little into it here.
Yeah, Nick Ventura got dumped right on his back. Fairly violent hit along the ground, but you got to understand that these hockey players are taught to clear out that zone. They don't, any loose puck, any rebound can get tapped in, so they're going to try to move those players out of there. So Ventura's got to know that too and be ready for that.
Zach Freemuth with 6 power play goals this season, ready for the face-off. 1 by North, comes to the left point and leaks outside the zone. Glenbrook South's junior captain, Zach Freemuth, with 2 goals in these playoffs. Owen Almberg from neutral ice will dump this into the zone. Jason Band. Taken away by North, and it's Hendrickson out in neutral ice. Zach Freemuth will pick it up, put on the brakes to elude a check, then find Ventura in neutral ice. Nick Ventura lets go of one from the right side, trying to beat Raderman, could not, and Brady Hendrickson will take it again for the Spartans. 1:25 to go in the opening period. Owen just centered it. He was looking for a man there, but it's taken away by Glenbrook South. Eric Steenstrup over the blue line. Down the left wing, cuts to the corner, tried to get it to Sherwood in the slot. Got intercepted, now here comes Owen Just. 1-on-1 with Almberg. Just trying to get it to Now the Spartans on a delayed offside, so the Titans will pick it up. Eric Steenstra, looks like he took a slash, no call, will get a shot away, gets deflected high off the end boards. 47 seconds left in the opening period. Avi Schoenberg, who assisted the game winner in overtime last night for the Spartans, lost it. Here comes Jason Ban. Ban shoots, and that hits the glass behind the net. Almberg picks it up. Clock is not running here. Now finally it does get back to motion. So we may have just had about 3 extra seconds of the game added on. Dimov over the line, gets it to the center, but taken away by Ventura. Now Jason Ban gets around one man to avoid a hit, and down goes Steiner. 10 seconds to go in the period. Below the line, Freemuth tried to get it to the blue paint, taken away by Steiner. 2 seconds, 1, and now 0. Owen Almberg takes a big hit by Dimov in neutral ice after the horn. And that's how the first period comes to an end. The Titans leading shots 8-6 and the game 2-1 here in Glenview.
Yeah, that last play was a kind of a push with both hands, up high, along the shoulders, along the head. I don't think any kind of damage was done. That's why you didn't see the referee call any kind of a penalty. I do want to say, Dylan, as we move into this game, one of the things that GBS is going to have to be careful about is that GBN has a lot of talented players, starting with Just, Siegel, all these guys. They cannot get caught up watching the talent that these kids possess. They got to play their game, stick with them, just be watch that waist. You know, if you watch a player's waist, there's nowhere they can go. They can fake you out with their head, fake you out with their legs. But if you watch that waist, they got to just stick with their game, because I've seen this a million times. You know, Gretzky did this all the time. He would just freeze players with his talent. He'd get an extra, he'd get an extra foot and a half of space to do his kind of trickery, and then he'd get you every time. So as long as GBS is playing their game, they're not in awe of some of these high point producers on the GBN team, they should do okay.
And I think we've had a very similar conversation about Patrick Kane kind of giving opponents that room, because everyone's just so afraid to come up to him and get in his way because they're too in awe.
Yeah, I mean they're scared of getting stick handled and made to look like a fool, right? And so they back up. Kind of, it's a protective measure that they take, a defense mechanism, and sometimes it can really not work.
We are underway, period number 2. We've switched sides. Titans now shooting in front of their big student section. Rafalowski tipped it ahead to Macinter. Now Rafalowski again. Stevens will dump it in, then take a hit from Anthony Rafalowski. Katsamakis now on the near side, picks it up. Got it to Sandler, touch pass for Macinter. Now Rafalowski into the zone. Down to the corner. Callahan gets in the way, Vanderplug as well. Rafalowski keeps it up. Katsamakis at the point, looking for a tip by Sandler. Got it, but went wide with it. Now Jacob Smith shoots. Luke Winger makes the save. Titans try and sweep it out. North will keep possession alive. Rafalowski intercepted by Lochran. Now out comes Will Stevens. At the end of his shift, he'll dump it down. Spartans going to try and catch the Titans in a change, but didn't execute fast enough. So Glenbrook South going to get possession back in their own zone. Now Ban. Drops it off Freemuth. Back down low for Ban. Centers it for Ventura, but he couldn't get a hold of the puck. Glenbrook North out to Owen Just. That's past him. So Ryan Mulvey clears it. It goes into the Spartan bench, and that'll draw another whistle with 15:34 to go in period 2.
Dylan, I like GBS's play. They have some urgency going on here. Although they've outscored GBN 14-4 this season in the 3 games that they played, they're not playing like that. They're playing like this is a much better team, and I think that that's what they need to do to ultimately prevail.
Glenbrook North has a goal differential of plus 15 on the entire season, but in the second period, they're actually -5. very interesting is, you know, you see in the first and third period when they have the fresh sheet of ice, they're really doing well, but whatever it is about this middle frame, they start to lose their touch just a little bit. Zach Freemuth ready for the face-off, left circle attacking zone. It's won by Siegel, goes back for Hendrickson. Now Steiner through the neutral zone. Steiner into the zone, can't get past Almberg, catches up to the puck, Ryan Mulvey is there. Below the goal line, Zach Freemuth now in the corner, centers it. It'll go to Jason Ban. Ban skates through the neutral zone, will dump this into the zone. Addanen catches up to it, got it to Hendrickson. Less than 3 minutes into this period, 2-1 Glenbrook South. GBS scored first, North tied it. GBS scored again. Goals coming from Freemuth, then Jack Mulvey. Here in this SHL quarterfinal. Semifinal make that. Here's Jason Ban on a steal. Can't get it past Adnan though, but here's an interception. Eric Steenstrup, 1-on-2, pulls it to the backhand, gets a shot away, and it missed the net wide. Now Wyatt Sherwood, high slot, right circle. Back up high, Adrian Sokol, now down to Sherwood, can't pick it up. Jack Mulvey racing below the line, but it's taken by Hendrickson. Owen Almberg with a glove, sets it down for himself, plays it off the near boards. Eric Steenstrup, taken away by Hendrickson once again. Michael Dimov centers it, looking for Cyphers, and it hit winger first. He makes a save on a shot that wasn't on target. Owen Almberg, pressured by Dimov, plays it to Avi Schoenberg. Ryan Rossi on an interception, gets it to Schoenberg, who dumps it in. Owen Almberg plays it out to neutral ice, and here's Pajerski. Benji Pajerski 1-on-3, gets rid of a shot, it's on target. Raderman makes the save, and he will hang on. Boy, you know, Benji Pajerski, number 29 in black out there, having a pretty solid game here.
Yeah, that's the second time he's really got a lot of the wood on his shot. First time out by the blue line, and it really made the GBN player made a tough save in the first period. There he got a lot of wood, kind of fooled the goaltender a little bit. The goaltender quickly went down and stopped that puck.
North-South in the SHL playoffs, game 1 of a best 2 out of 3. Spartans take the draw. It's sent out to neutral ice, actually goes into the Titan bench, and that'll stop the play.
Because Pajerski gets those types of shots on net, that just makes me think that I want to see Sokol and Almberg get those heavy wrist shots, slap shots from the point that are so exciting. So if they can get a couple of those off tonight, my night will be made.
Still a lot of hockey to be played. This will be tipped by Vanderplug, so no icing.
I think there was a stick above the shoulder on that one.
Oh, gotcha. So that'll stop the play, and GBN will earn an attacking zone faceoff here with 13:01 to go in the second. 10-8 the shots on goal favor the home team here in Glenview. Titans with the last change will send out the first line against one of the weaker Glenbrook North setups. And the face-off goes to Glenbrook South. Vanderplug, Nick Ventura can't get it by. Here's Sandler centering it, and Rafalowski scores. We are all tied up at Glenview Ice Center with Rafalowski's 5th goal of the SHL season. 2-2.
Dylan, I think you got to put that on GBS. They were just kind of fiddling around with the puck there after the face-off. Really weren't that urgent about it, and the effort and the hustle by the GBN player just beat him to the goal line and beyond and behind the net, and he flipped out a really beautiful pass to the GBN player, who all he had to do is redirect it over the shoulder of corner, and now you got a 2-2 game. You know, I was just thinking that Philman's probably thinking this is way too close for me.
And the Spartans will get a standing ovation from their fans. Students and parents alike here at Glenview Ice Center. The Titans, the higher seed, the favorite to win this series, some would argue. And GBN, 2-2. Adrian Sokol left point. Now down to Dylan Monaghan at the right corner. Will Stevens up high to Loughran. He shoots, deflected, rebound, Monaghan. Almost caught up to that puck. Adam Sokol now. Up high to Adrian. He shoots in, that just goes wide on the wrister. Now Macinter for North to Rafalowski, the goal scorer in neutral ice. Stevens intercepts, gets the puck to Monaghan, who gets taken down. Adam Sokol bails him out, gets the puck, goes low, centers it, but nobody there to help. So Connor Katsamakis plays it off the boards. Loughran can't swipe that away. Cooper Sholin, saved by Winger. They try a wraparound. Rafalowski can't get it by. At the point now, a shot from Katsamakis almost rolled in off a deflection. Adrian Sokol. This will touch the netting and go out of play. Wild game here in Glenview, 2-2, less than halfway through.
Yeah, Dylan, that shot from the point by GBN was batted down by Sokol. The only problem is he was standing in the paint and he batted it right down to his feet. He did a couple of GBN players there just hungry, trying to get their stick on the puck, and one of them did, and it just almost went in. So if you're going to bat it down, you know, push it off to the corner, or just don't even touch the puck and let it go behind the net.
And high stick, it's a goal. Glenbrook North will take the lead. That was close. Zach Freemuth is arguing for a high stick, but Josh Jenin has scored. And they waved it off.
No. Dylan, I'm sorry, he's not waving it off. He's waving that it's not a high stick. And it will be a center off face-off.
All right, well, there you have it. The Titans now trail for the first time this postseason, 3-2 in favor of Glenbrook North. Now, Zach Freemuth and Owen Just at the semicircles. Zach is letting his voice be heard. I mean, that was pretty clear to me. I thought it was a high stick on the call. Of course, you can't go to a review here. You got to go with what was called on the ice, and it'll be a goal for North. Very interested to get a look at that replay later on, John. And the GBN crowd alive now. Zach Freemuth rips one, and Raderman makes the save. Interference below the goal line. Nick Ventura is taken down, will get no call. It's been a pretty penalty-free game. Believe each team only has one for this North-South rivalry matchup. Nick Ventura takes a hit from Adnan. And Jason Ban below the line. Ventura, they try and stuff it by. It goes back up high. Owen Almberg shoots, deflected wide. Jason Ban to Almberg, right point, slides it over. Ryan Mulvey can't pick it up on the left side, and they'll dump it back down. Cooper Sholin enters the zone, left wing side. Sholin gets rid of a shot. Luke Winger makes the save. Jason Ban into the zone down the left wing side. To the corner, centers it blue paint. Steenstrup tried to catch it with his glove. Taken by Adrian Sokol. Sokol with a toe drag. Down low to Freemuth. Tried to put it through his legs, and the save is made by Raderman. Now here comes Glenbrook North. Steiner can't get by Adrian Sokol. Out to Eric Steenstrup. And we get a whistle behind the play. 9:52 to go in the second period. 3-2 GBN.
What a great turn of events for GBS. A lot of action going on right by the blue line. It went to Freeman, who was just standing there all alone with the goalie. I just want to say that although that was quite a fancy attempt to try to put it between his legs and lift it over the shoulder, Freeman was in so deep, I actually think that was the play. He didn't try to showboat. He literally did what he could to try to get it in the net.
That's a good pickup by you, John. I was going to say the same thing. Wyatt Sherwood shoots, and Raderman makes the save there. Jack Mulvey blue paint, and it's forced out into the Titan bench by the Titans, so we'll see where they drop the puck. Looks like, oh, they're going to drop it and neutralize, it appears. No, actually down in the GBN zone. Hard to tell which linesman had a hold on that puck.
I like what GBS is doing because this is a momentum game. GBN's got everything going for it, and GBS is trying to take a little bit away from them just in this transition.
Stevens and Macinter, Bajerski off the face-off, gets a shot on target, and Raderman makes the save. Bajerski down to Callahan. He shoots, and that gets deflected high into the corner it goes. Grant Loughran, touchdown low to Pajerski. Benji Pajerski to Will Stevens below the line. Stevens tried to wrap around, puck sitting there and poked free. Pajerski, now Loughran taken away, and Rafalowski's got a 2-on-1 with Sandler. Allgrim to beat Sandler. Saved by Luke Winger, and he will hang on for a whistle.
Woo! That was a fun stop, 2-on-1 for GBN. And they got their pass across for a nice clear shot. Just put up, GBN player put him up on his right leg and just tried to put everything he had into it. And Winger just stopped him cold.
3-2 North. GBS trailing for the first time this postseason, looking for 7 straight wins against GBN, dating back to pre-pandemic times. Titans and Spartans actually were meant to play in the state semifinals in 2020. That game set to take place just about 5 days after the world shut down due to COVID-19. So now it's not the state semifinals, but it's the SHL semifinals, a chance for some redemption. Down to the corner. The Spartans with it in the attacking zone. Down low, Sandler tried to get a tip to Macinter, and we'll get a whistle for the net off of its moorings. 8:33 to go, about halfway done with regulation here in Glenview.
Yeah, see, Dylan, that was such an easy play for the GBN player. Sometimes that's all it takes is just redirect that puck. And fortunately for GBS, there's no GBN player standing to the left of Winger. Otherwise, it would have been a tap-in.
Wyatt Sherwood pokes this one out. Luke Winger with just 1 goal allowed in his last 3 games coming into this one. Now has allowed 3 goals halfway through the contest. Glenbrook South also has snapped an 8-game streak of allowing 2 goals or fewer, excluding empty netters, with 3 goals allowed to the Spartans, and they nearly make it 4, but Luke Winger makes his 10th save of the night.
Dylan, I didn't see which GBS player that was, maybe number 14. But
Ryan
he
Mulvey
had his back to his own blue line. He was below the goal line, and he just threw it along the boards. He just threw it right to a GBN player, and that's how that scoring opportunity transpired.
Face-off taken by Glenbrook South. Adrian Sokol can't clear it out of the zone. Kept alive by the Spartans. Josh Jennett to Avi Schoenberg. Schoenberg, pressured by Jack Mulvey, tried to bank it off Winger, and he said no.
Schoenberg just showing a little bit of talent, some stick work behind the net. He actually eluded 2 or 3 GBS players, and then ultimately got the puck out in front, and Winger had to make a stop to it.
Back underway, GBN. Schoenberg trying to center another chance, and another tip shot will go to Winger's glove. 7:37 to go in the second period. Titans once led 2-1, currently trailing 3-2.
Philbin can't be that happy with this breakout that's actually non-existent over about the last 30 seconds to a minute. GBS not being able to get it out of their own zone and move that puck. Therefore, wingers had to, kind of nervously stop that puck a couple times when normally he might not do that.
Zach Freemuth, ready for the draw against Siegel. He pulls it back. Almberg to Freemuth. Zach Freemuth got his pass tipped, and it's taken by Aiden Siegel. Ryan Mulvey. Now to the near side half boards. It's poked out to neutral ice. Adnan chasing after it for the Spartans. He'll grab it. Jason Ban looking to intercept, but that is forced out by Glenbrook North. Ryan Mulvey taken by Just. Owen Just dumps it down, goes to the far side corner for Almberg. Almberg runs into Siegel. Siegel gets tripped up. No call. Now Just right in front of the net. Can't get rid of his shot. One of the best point producers in this league had Luke Winger point blank. Now in neutral. Almberg, Freemuth, trying to get it to his stick. Zach Freemuth can't get it through the legs. Owen Almberg will bail him out. Almberg sent it past Just. Now below the net, Nick Ventura. Jason Ban also standing by. Adrian Sokol left point. Down to the near side half boards and out to Owen Just. Just through the legs to Dimov. He shoots, and that's blocked by Adrian Sokol in close. Great play. Ventura to Ban neutral ice. Zach Freemuth trying to get this one into the zone, taken away by the Spartans again. Now here's Colin Cyphers on a breakaway, shoots, and it's high of the net. Owen Almberg dives in there. 5:50 to go before the Zamboni intermission here in Glenview. GBS looking to tie things up before the break. Jacob Smith. Lost a glove there. We'll have to go pick that up while the play continues. Steenstrup now down to the corner. Dimov gets taken down by Jack Mulvey, and Cooper Shalin will pick up the rebound. Wyatt Sherwood, and this will go into the bench. And another stoppage with 5:20 to go in the second period. GBS does lead shots 15-13.
I think GBS got away with one there in the corner as they tried to just out-muscle each other. I think it was Steven Stick that just pulled that GBS player down. So, you know what, maybe they're calling the game a little looser than they normally would. Let these two big rivalries play their games.
GBN, they did have a winning record this season, and when they win, a lot of times they're up after two periods with a 10-0 record when leading after two frames. They have the lead right now with 5 minutes to go. Will Stevens dumps this one down below the goal line behind Raderman. Will Stevens picks it back up, gets it to the slot. Callahan, and a whistle. The net off its post again. Raderman says, "My fault," and we'll fix it up.
He's not going to say it's his fault too much. You can talk yourself right into a 2-minute penalty, but there was a lot of players that were coming from behind the net to the front of the net, and so to me it looked like that probably happened naturally.
4:55, circle to Raderman's left. Face off by Macinter and Stevens. Face off won by GBN. Callahan can't grab this puck. Lochran tries dumping it down. Callahan, and the Titans will reset. Grant Lochran looking for 2 games in a row with a goal if he can find one tonight. They will dump it in, and Rafalowski, who scored a goal earlier tonight, will help get this one out. Macinter chasing after the puck, but Adrian Sokol gets there first. Dylan Monaghan, near side. Adrian Sokol can't get it past Ryan Rossi at the point. Now it's out to neutral ice. GBN works with it again. Adrian Sokol will chip this one down to the Spartans' end. Rossi intercepts, and he will come through the neutral zone. Ryan Rossi, left circle, trying to pull it ahead of Lochran. Lost the puck momentarily, and now this is taken by Steenstrup. Eric Steenstrup through the neutral zone. Over the line left side. Gets rid of a shot, and it's into the glove of Michael Raderman for the save.
You got to hand it to Steenstrup. Made a great defensive play, skating back checking, taking the puck away from the GBN player, and then turning it around and coming 3/4 of the way down the ice and having an offensive shot, you know, making it an offensive play, a possibility for GBN. So that's a great play.
Dylan Ward and John Ward with you for game 1 of this series. Unsure when game 2 is going to be. We don't know whether it'll be before or after Wednesday night's state play-in game against either Naperville Central or New Trier Gray. But now that the Titans are advancing relatively far into the SHL playoffs, at least farther than they usually do, they're going to get to start to get some of that state playoff leakage into the SHL playoffs. So you're going to have a situation with 2 playoffs going on at once, all the meanwhile a slashing penalty here with under 4 minutes to go.
I think that's going to be against GBN. GBS is going to go to the power play here.
And we'll see what we have here. It's Josh Jenin who scored the most recent goal in this game, that one that was suspicious of being a high stick. He will have a seat, and Glenbrook South has a key opportunity to strike here on the power play, and we know the power play has been clutch in the first round.
Yeah, it was clutch in the first round. Not so for the whole season, coming in 5th among all the teams, but you know, tonight we can turn that around. We can turn it around right here on this shift.
Zach Freemuth takes the face-off. Freemuth to Owen Almberg. Almberg takes a shot deflected on net. Save made. Ryan Mulvey then goes for it, and it's stopped and sent all the way down. Owen Almberg behind Luke Winger's net. Second place in SHL Defenseman of the Year voting, Owen Almberg. At the right point. Down to Jason Ban. Owen Almberg, slap shot, deflected away by Raderman, and it'll go out of play.
I've been waiting all night for a Sokol or Almberg blast from the point, but that pass was not in Almberg's wheelhouse, and so he just kind of double clutched it, and so it moved to the net probably with half the speed he normally could do. GBS has got to get players in front of the net and let some of those big defensemen take those heavy shots.
Zach Freemuth ready for the face-off. 6 power play goals in the SHL for Freemuth. Face-off taken by the Titans. Almberg got it to Jason Ban. He shoots, and Michael Raderman makes a great save.
That might be the save of the playoffs so far, all of them included. That was the shot I'm talking about. Jason Ban took that shot, and I'm just, you almost say a prayer for the goalie, because that was pretty close. He's only about just right at the dot. Wow, what a stop. That might just be the stop of the playoffs so far.
The sophomore Glenbrook North goalie. Here's another shot blocked by Katsamakis, and they get it outside of the zone. Halfway through the Titan power play. Freemuth to Owen Almberg. He'll dump it in. Comes to Katsamakis on the near side, but racing in there to fight for possession was Ventura. Zach Freemuth also involved. He's got the puck. Freemuth slides it over. Adrian Sokol takes a wrister. Blocked on the rebound. Freemuth scores! It's his second of the game on the power play, and we are all knotted up at 3.
Sokol, they played that just perfectly. Sokol took that back on the blue line. Then he got that wrist shot that I was talking about that doesn't go higher than 2 inches off the ice. The goalie actually made a fantastic first stop, but the problem was it just kicked out right to Freemuth. Freemuth goes, how do you do? And here it is in the back of the net, and now we have a 3-3 game, and this is a crucial point in this game with only 2 minutes left to go before we start to get a fresh sheet of ice in that third period.
John, now at this point, the Titans up to 6 goals in the playoffs Through all rounds this season, Zach Freemuth with 3 of those 6 goals. Adenen, Steenstrup. Adenen now through his own zone, out to neutral ice. With that goal, Zach Freemuth now with power play markers in 3 of his last 4 games.
Dylan, both of these teams have a really awesome supporting cast of players, but I do think, just like just scored in the first period for GBN, you are going to lean on some of those maybe star-studded players that you've been counting on that have earned some of these reputations. So, you know, they're doing what they need to do to make these successful hockey teams, along with all the rest of the players.
Faceoff goes to Adenen, he shoots, Luke Winger makes the save. Now Wyatt Sherwood by the Spartan bench. The snow buildup really starting to appear by the bench area. Zamboni coming soon. We get a whistle there. 1:45 to go in the second. Titans lead shots 20-13. The game all knotted up. 3 goals apiece in this back and forth SHL semifinal game 1. This faceoff goes all the way back down to the Spartan zone. And a penalty called by the referee in neutral ice. It's another slash, and it looks like it's going to go against Glenbrook North again. Michael Dimmoff.
Well, if GBS is going to have somebody go off Dimmoff, I thought that ref was pretty animated, so Dimmoff might have, this might have been flagrant. I don't know, but he seemed to be almost upset, the referee, when he made that call and made that slash to his own arm to call that. But Dimmoff is off, and Dimmoff is one of their 3 big guns. So not a bad player to have if you're Jim Philbin in the GBS squad.
So the Titans are going to get another power play. 1:40 to go in the second, and they did just score a power play goal to tie it. Not sure why the faceoff's here in neutral ice on the power play, but we'll go for it. And it's taken by Glenbrook South. Ryan Mulvey, Owen Almberg. GBS is converted on the power play in what's now 5 straight games with that power play goal earlier. Zach Freemuth. Owen Almberg up high. Taken away by Siegel, and he will clear. 1:14 to go in the period. If the Titans don't score on this, or before the period ends, there will be some time in the third. Jason Ban into the zone. And all the way down below the goal line. Looking for an option, goes up high, Owen Almberg. Sliding it over to Ryan Mulvey. Backhand dump down to Ventura. Under a minute to go. Ventura up high to Almberg. He shoots. Save made by Raderman. Rebound goes to Jason Ban at the corner, and this one leaks out after Siegel was tied up with a Titan, and now we're going to get another penalty.
Yeah, that's Dylan. It's going to be on GBN. The back ref called it after you saw about 16 hands go up on the GBS side to call that penalty, and hold on a second.
It looks like they're going to give it to Owen Almberg.
My bad. That was, listen to these fans.
Maybe not your bad, John. It looks like we're in the same boat as everyone else here.
The only thing I can think of is that he was so freaked out that a penalty wasn't called that he got snagged for a retaliatory penalty.
All right, so 4-on-4. Titans power play ends. And now GBN's gonna get an abbreviated power play to start this third period on the fresh sheet of ice. Adrian Sokol with a nice move around Rafalowski. Sokol leading the charge. Down to the goal line area, left side, taken away by Jacob Smith. Now Connor Katsamakis for the Spartans. 15 seconds to go in the frame. Rafalowski through neutral ice. Got it over, Masinter. Looking for an option, 8 seconds. Masinter down to Rafalowski with a tip on net, and Luke Winger makes a huge save in the dying moments. Another shot, and it got pushed wide, and time runs out, and a crazy game through 2 periods, and we are not even close to deciding this one. 3-all here in Glenview. The teams will go to the locker rooms, talk things over, and we'll see how this game 1 ends after the intermission.
Well, for our listening and watching audience, you can't see me right now, but I'm wiping off my brow. GBS was kind of lulled to sleep there in those last 10 seconds, and we had a perfect line of sight, top of the face-off circle, shot right along the ice, and the GBN player just tried to redirect it, and Winger came up with his best stop of the night. So he's going to take that with him for his 10-15 minute break, and then he'll try to build off of that in this 3rd period.
All right, don't go anywhere. 10-15 minutes time. We will have the 3rd period for you. We'll take off our mics, but stay right here on the air. Here from Glenview Ice Center, this is the South Hockey Radio Network and South Hockey on Twitch. We'll be back. Welcome back to the South Hockey Radio Network, live on Twitch and live on radio. The simulcast, as always, Glenbrook South and Glenbrook North, Game 1 of the SHL semis of this best 2 out of 3, and we are all square. 3-3. When GBN is tied after 2 periods, a 3-2 record. When GBS tied after 2, looking at 6-2-2. And we've got a 17-minute hockey game here to decide the series opener.
Dylan, it should be a really exciting third period. It's 3-3. That ice is like glass out there. I was looking at Winger, who sticks with his regular routine and comes out before any other player does. And I think he just needs to get his mind set. He sits on top of the boards there. You know, whether he's looking at the crowd, whether he's kind of like trying to get a lot of things out of his mind, one of which might be that he's not really used to having 3 goals scored upon him here in these last 5, 6, 7, 8 games of the season, where his goals against and his save percentage has been through the roof. So maybe what he was trying to do is get that out of his head and say, listen, I got 1 period of hockey to play here. Let me hold up my end of the bargain and keep the puck out of net. And my players, my offensive players, they can put one in the net and we can walk out of here with a victory.
Only game 1 of the series, not an elimination situation just yet. 17 minutes on the clock. We'll start this period 4-on-4 for 20 seconds. Then GBN will get a power play for 1 minute and 4 seconds based on that Almberg penalty we saw at the end there. This game has a couple of controversial moments in terms of the officiating. GBN took the lead 3-2 in the second period with what looked like a high stick goal. Many of the Titans skaters were not convinced that goal should have counted after the puck fell to resume play afterwards.
Yeah, I think they went up to the referee and said, "Are you kidding me? That wasn't above, like, then what is above the shoulder?" But it counted as a goal. We don't have a replay. The refs really didn't come to meet. They stood fast on their decision, and that was the GBN's 3rd goal of the game. So it had really changed the momentum of the game. One of the great things that GBS did was skate as hard as they could to keep themselves in it. Almberg goes back to the box to start this period, along with a GBN player who's already in.
It's Michael Dimov, and with the 4-on-4, you've got Freemuth, Van Lochran, and Adrian Sokol. For the Titans, Owen Just, Aiden Siegel, Connor Katsamakis, and Jacob Smith for the Spartans. Underway in the third period. Who will take game 1 of this big rivalry playoff series? Zach Freemuth down in the corner. Goes to the far side. Jason Ban will pick it up. Spartan penalty over, so now they have a power play for the next minute. Grant Lochran. Taken out of midair by Owen Just with speed. Comes to the left side. Owen Just circles behind the net, sets it up. Dimov out of his reach. Jacob Smith shoots. Luke Winger makes the save. Jacob Smith tries another one that's blocked on its way. Adrian Sokol looking to spring ahead Jason Ban, but it goes a little too far for him. And no shorthanded look there. Jacob Smith, mentioned it a couple times in the broadcast, scored his 4th and 5th goal of the season last night, including the OT series clincher in Addison. Owen Just, Connor Katsamakis shoots, and Luke Winger gets just a piece. Now comes outside to neutral ice. Jack Moley pressuring with speed against Connor Katsamakis, hits him into the boards, and it'll be picked up by Michael Dimov. Lochran then will dump this one down. Katsamakis taking it. Penalty is now over. We're back to 5-on-5 play. Lochran slides it over to Adrian Sokol. Now Eric Steenstrup pokes it into the zone. Siegel will pick it up. Give away to Jack Mulvey. He shoots. 2 saves by Raderman. And the puck sitting there. Steenstrup with a chance, but it was a little all too fast for everyone to react appropriately there. And the Titans close to the go-ahead goal. Now Pajerski dumping this one down. It'll go below the goal line. Katsamakis. The near side, and out comes GBN. It's Macinter around Lochran. Adrian Sokol, then he tried to backhand it to the slot for Sandler, and that didn't work. Sandler's got it again, taken away by Matt Callahan. Callahan skates through neutral ice. Taken away by the Spartans in neutral. Rafalowski into the zone. Pajerski trying to steal that puck away, and they do get it out to neutral again. Ryan Rossi dumps this down to the Titans zone. Just under 3 minutes into the third period, and it's been quite an eventful one so far. Freemuth to Jason Van, back for Freemuth, and it's over his stick. Zach Freemuth on hat trick watch with 2 goals in this game. Here's another shot, this time by Owen Ullenberg, and it wouldn't go. And the puck all the way back down to the Titans' end.
Zach Freemuth, an exciting player going through that middle of the ice with those stick handling moves to free himself up.
Rossi below the goal line. Can't get it outside the zone. Nick Ventura. Now Jason Van on the rebound. His shot stopped by Raderman. And they get the puck cleared all the way down once again. This will be an icing against Glenbrook North. So the Titans going to have an attacking zone face-off here.
A couple of miscues by GBN really set Raderman up to be shot upon, and boy, did he come up big time.
The Titans so far through 2 games and a little bit more, these playoffs have never been anything but tied in the third period. Steenstrup to the net, steered away by Michael Raderman. If you're just joining us, sophomore goaltender in net for Glenbrook North gets the nod after stellar performances in Game 2 and 3 against York. Sherwood taken away by Adenen. Ryan Mulvey at the slot, and Wyatt Sherwood face down on the ice, injured, and that'll draw an immediate whistle. Glenbrook South trainer makes her way onto the ice surface, and
I did not see any kind of a penalty called. I think that whistle was just a stop play because the player was injured on the ice. So we don't want to lose Sherwood. Like I say, for these last couple of games, he's brought a lot of heart to this team. And in a couple of those games, I think he was probably the fastest moving skater on the ice and trying to create plays just by being in the way, getting his stick down. So I think we're just going to have a face-off here. We'll remain 5-on-5.
13-18 to go in the third period. Titans lead shots, 25-16. All tied up here in this one, 3-3. Now Jim Philbin gets a word from one of the referees before we get back underway. Hopefully we'll see Sherwood back. You said it, John. A lot of heart in the playoffs, has a goal in these playoffs against St. Viator.
Well, right there, I was glad that he didn't walk into the dressing room. It looked like he was going to walk to the dressing room, but he just adjusted some equipment issues.
And then taken away, here's Nick Ventura. Into the zone right side. Ventura sets it up, and he scores! And the Titans have taken the lead. Jason Van right up to the North student section. I can't hear you, he says. 4-3.
What a great play by Ventura. The GBN player tried to sneak past him. He just got his stick in the way. He came down, and he purposely waited, coming down that right-hand side for Jason Van to catch up. He waited, bada bang, right across the slot. It was just a tap-in for Jason Van. Nice to see him get on the board.
His 16th goal of SHL play this season, 23rd in all competitions. And in this crazy game, the Titans have hopped back to the lead. Spartans win the faceoff. Katsamakis. This gets dumped down into the Titan zone. Zach Freemuth, now maybe a 2-on-1. Nick Ventura back for Freemuth, hat trick! Zach Freemuth with his 3rd goal of the game on a beautiful pass from Nick Ventura. And the Titans have their first hat trick this season.
Wow, here they come, except the only problem is there's a net in the way to keep the hats off the ice. What a great play coming down. GBN played a little sloppy at their offensive blue line. 2 times they're coming down on a 2-on-1. Both the GBS players set themselves up perfectly, and bang, right across the slot for another tap and goal. Almost looked exactly like Jason Band's goal just a couple of seconds ago.
And this crowd is buzzing here at Glenview Ice Center. The official has to come to the near side and pick up a hat that was thrown onto the ice. 5-3 for Glenbrook South. Zach Freemuth gets the hat trick just 19 seconds after he assisted on Jason Band's goal. So it's a 4-point night for the Glenbrook South captain, who's so far, along with Luke Winger, co-MVPs of this playoffs for sure in my mind.
GBS really making those goals look sweet too. 2-on-1s, you can't beat them, and especially when they're converting all of them.
The Titans with 6 goals against GBN, 2 separate occasions this season. Sherwood, now down to Jack Mulvey, backhander, saved by Raderman. They try to get the rebound by, that didn't work. 12:06 to go in the third period. Titans with a 2-goal lead.
All right, you talk about the momentum now. GBS is really buzzing, and they're giving the GBN goaltender all that he had planned for tonight. So we'll see whether they can double him up here and get that breathing room that everybody wants so badly.
Jack Mulvey against Siegel. The Titans will take the face-off. Adrian Sokol chips it down below the line. Ryan Rossi behind the net. Gets it to Michael Dimov. Dimov gliding through the neutral zone. He will dump this down the left side. Adrian Sokol down in that far corner. Steiner and Siegel pressuring for possession for North. Adrian Sokol pressured by Steiner again. Grant Loughran down there too. 11.5 to go in regulation time. GBS after 3 goals total against St. Viator in the quarters, with 5 here and time left in game 1 of the semis. Near side corner, GBN zone, they battle for the puck. Loughran, now down to Jordan Kane. Jason Band races in there. And they get it out to neutral ice again, goes all the way down to the Titans' territory. Zach Freemuth got around just, but not in the center. Then Dimov will come in and steal the puck. Backhand pass looking for Just. It goes to Freemuth instead. He's taken down, and it's a penalty against Glenbrook North. And the Titans are going back to the power play again.
Dylan, I'm not going to get credit for this, but I was going to say as the game is shifting in this transition, that you might want to look for a GBN player to do something desperate, to try to open up this ice, and that's one of the things that they did. Freemuth had the step on the GBN player, and he had to whack him as he went by. Didn't have to whack him. He does. GBN takes a penalty, and GBS can now put this out of reach here if they're smart.
Face-off win for the Titans. Mulvey over to Almberg. Owen Almberg now down to Nick Ventura. Katsamakis finds it, takes a funny hop off the boards, and the Titans will keep it in the zone. Zach Freemuth, can he get 4 tonight? He takes a shot. That one gets deflected wide. Jacob Smith out to GBN's end of the ice. Owen Almberg chasing after it. Plays it to the far side for his defensive partner on this power play, Ryan Mulvey. Ahead to Zach Freemuth. Freemuth dumps this one in the zone. Picked up by Sandler. He will play it to Katsamakis. And all the way down again. Another clear for the Spartans on this PK. Almberg and Siegel battling. Ryan Mulvey behind the net. Drops it off for Almberg again. Down to less than 10 minutes to go in the third period. Jacob Smith looking to do something short-handed. 1-on-5, can't get around the Titan defenders. So Owen Allenberg will play it to Steenstrup ahead. Ryan Sandler to Katsamakis, can't get it out. 87 to 87, Adrian Sokol. And then the Spartans finally do successfully send it the length. Both student sections on their feet here at Glenview Ice Center. A packed house here at the newly renovated barn. Puck takes a crazy bounce, goes right to Zach Freemuth. He shoots and it goes wide. Now Adrian Sokol, left point, fake the shot, then he takes one, and Raderman made the save, punching it below the line.
Didn't know where it was.
Jason Band now down to Ventura. Nick Ventura takes a hit from Katsamakis, and it's taken by Masinter. Masinter into the zone, has speed, shorthanded, but now the Spartan out of the box. Dimov is free, and we're back to 5-on-5. Lochran to Band. Jason Band. Let's go of a shot. Raderman makes the save and juggled the rebound, but will put a glove on it to stop play exactly halfway through the third period.
That's the Jason Band heavy shot I'm talking about. He's all the way over there, almost on the outside of the circle on the far board. Takes that wrist shot, and it's just difficult for those goalies to make those stops. You know, they get their mitts up, they can stop it, but a lot of times you're going to have to deal with the rebound. And lucky enough for the GBN goalie, he was able to pounce on it, just barely.
Wyatt Sherwood, good to see him back out there. Eric Steenstrup goes high of the net with that shot. Sherwood at the slot, got his shot stuffed, and GBN will come out to neutral. Zach Freemuth with a hat trick, Jack Mulvey and Jason Ban, the other goals tonight. Here's Owen Just, their leading point producer. Gets around Wyatt Sherwood. Owen Just, not by the freshman Ryan Mulvey. The Titans can't get it out. Just now has it again. He shoots. Save made by Winger. They score on the rebound. Cooper Shalin tapping it in, and it's a one-goal game.
Yeah, that play was really Owen Just. He's going to get, he can only get one assist, but he should get two for all the effort he did. He got that puck from the center ice all the way in on his offensive zone, and then dipsy-doodled, deked, went to the middle, got the shot off on net, and then a pretty easy tap-in for the GBN player to record the goal and make this a one-goal game.
John Cooper Shalin, number 91 for the Spartans. That's his second SHL goal this season, just his third overall. What a moment for him. 5-4 game at the Glenview Ice Center. 7:41 to go in the third period. We are far from over here in game one. Face-off at center ice to get us back underway is taken by the Spartans. Cyphers will dump this into the zone. Winger makes the save on this. Josh Jennings shot. And it goes back down to Glenbrook North territory. Alan Adanen to Avi Schoenberg. Goes all the way down. No icing. Grant Lochran got a piece of it. We'll play on. Lochran off the glass, goes outside the zone, chasing after it, Will Stevens. He beats Hendrickson. Will Stevens tried a shot from in close by the goal line, and it didn't work out. Avi Schoenberg now for the Spartans. Cyphers, Josh Jennett goes down to the corner. Kajerski brings it around the boards, comes to the near side. And a hit up against the boards. We're going to get a penalty and some more action after the whistle. I'm not sure what our camera's getting, but we're a little obstructed.
Might be O'Callahan.
Callahan going to the box, and Gerard, I'm not sure what you saw there, and yeah, shakes your head. That's the one thing about doing games here at the Glenview Ice Center is you don't get perfect sight lines up on the near boards. And it it looks like we might have one guy going to the box for each team. Colin Cyphers and Matt Callahan by the looks of it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just going to be offsetting penalties. Both captains of the team are standing in the box, a referee's box, trying to plead their case. But I think they might be offsetting penalties here. I hope they are. We'll see how they post it up on the screen.
That's a great point. So far, it looks like they've loaded one penalty in for GBS, cross-checking, and they haven't loaded the second penalty in yet. There is a Spartan sitting in the box.
The referees are meeting inside the GBS zone, all four refs, two linesmen, two refs, and they're going to discuss this, maybe just to find out where they're going to have the face-off, as both player, one from each team, sits down and will say their penalties.
Siegel and face-off, and Freemuth ready for the face-off. Won by Siegel. Back up to Jacob Smith. His shot is blocked. Rebound goes to Jason Van. 5-on-5 hockey with the offsetting penalties. Van lets one go, and Raderman makes the save. Now Siegel out to Just. Owen Just couldn't hang on to the puck, and Almberg will get it. Play it off the boards. It's Nick Ventura. Arcing it out to neutral ice. Jason Van from his glove to his stick. Now Zach Freemuth takes a shot, and that goes wide of Raderman's net. Freemuth was looking for his fourth of the evening right there. 6 minutes to go. Freemuth, Almberg, Jason Van whiffed on a one-timer, and the Spartans will get the puck back. Owen Just in his own zone, can't get past Nick Ventura. Now in neutral ice, they'll dump it back down. The Spartans will pick it back up. Here comes Owen Just, had to get around a linesman. Jason Van will take him down. And that's going to be a penalty against number 44 in black. And Owen Just letting out some emotion, saying let's go to his fans. And the Spartans, down by one, are going to have a power play.
That was about the easiest call you could get all year. Just had the inside position, and Van just took him down hard, right? But you might consider that to be a good goal, a good penalty. Looking at the 538, Just is their top scorer. So I don't know if you can just let him go if he beats you with his speed. You might just have to take him down.
He's out there for this power play. Owen Just earlier this game scored his 9th power play goal of this SHL season. Siegel and Freemuth ready for the face-off. Freemuth wins it, goes back to Loughran. He'll play it off the boards. Smith keeps it alive at the left point. Jacob Smith with the puck. Looking for an option, maybe a shot, goes for Just. Owen Just to the slot, got it, back for Siegel, but it goes over his stick. Titans can't get it out of the zone. Jacob Smith keeps it alive. Katsamakis now down to Michael Dimov. Aiden Siegel. Owen Just, now Smith. And Almberg's taken down right in front of the net. It's a cross-check. And Almberg waves goodbye to Aiden Siegel. It's going to be 4-on-4.
Siegel is taking a long skate back to that box, trying to plead his case. He turns around, he looks at this ref, he looks at that ref. It is going to all fall on deaf ears as we now have a 4-on-4 situation here with 5 minutes left to go. GBS up by 1 goal.
And Almberg, after waving goodbye, that prompted many fans here to also wave goodbye to the escorted off Aiden Siegel of Glenbrook North. So now, you said it, John, it's a 4-on-4 for 1:31. Then GBS will have a power play for 29 seconds. 5:04 to go in this third period. GBN and GBS. South leads 5-4. Game 1 of this best 2 of 3 series. Zach Freemuth trying to pull it ahead for himself, but that didn't work. Crunch time in Glenview. Final 5 minutes are upon us. Jacob Smith dumps it down. Grant Lochran plays it to the far side. Wyatt Sherwood tipping it off the boards to help him get it outside the zone. Sherwood, spinorama move, gets it to Freemuth. Zach Freemuth goes up high to Lochran. Now over to Almberg. Down to Sherwood, he shoots, and it goes just wide. Lochran picks it up at the left point. Now Zach Freemuth tried to pass over, but Macinter intercepts. And here comes GBN. No Macinter. Can't get by a couple GBS defenders. Now Wyatt Sherwood over the blue line left wing side. Puts it by Rossi, and Ryan Rossi will take it below the line. Jacob Smith into the zone. Smith shoots it back up for Macinter. A shot and a save by Winger. He will cover it up. 3:52 to go in this game.
Great play by Sokol as the GBN player came across the zone, right through the slot, and he just used his stick. Like every single player is going to have to. You're going to find success, whether you're GBN or GBS. Get that stick down and get it in the way, and you ultimately will change the way that play develops.
Back underway, Adrian Sokol skates through neutral ice. They have not turned off the music, now they have. And the South penalty is now over, so the Titans with a short power play here for the next 25 seconds. Lochran to Adrian Sokol. Sokol to Ventura. Taken away by Sandler. Ventura gets it back. Now Ryan Rossi circles back in his own zone. He'll dump this one down. Grant Lochran goes to Steenstrup. That goes way high and will stay in play as the ceiling's pretty high here in Glenview. 3 minutes to go in regulation time. Rossi chips it out. Grabbed by Just. Nice tip pass to get it to Rafalowski. Anthony Rafalowski down to the corner. Battle for the puck in the corner as time keeps ticking. And the Titans get it back out. Wyatt Sherwood dumping it down. Raderman will hang on to it and hold it for a whistle. We stop with 2:35 to go in the third period here.
Dylan, another GBN offensive thrust stopped because GBS was using their sticks so effectively. You know, just getting in the way of passes and keeping them down, deflecting. You know, pucks hit off the shin pads of players and it doesn't go the way they planned, right? And all of that is so important, especially when we're looking at just a couple minutes left to go in this game and you got to survive.
Face-off taken by GBN. They get it out. We'll keep our eye down to our right at Michael Raderman, the Spartan goaltender, and see when head coach of Glenbrook North, Evan Polakidis, will go for the extra attacker. 2:20 to go. GBS up 5-4 here in game one. Here's Jacob Smith. In his own zone, got it to Dimov, neutral ice. Near side, he dumps it down with a backhand. Delayed off sides, and they will touch the puck. Titans bench wants the face-off down in GBN territory. We'll see what they decide here. Just 2 minutes, 2 seconds to go in the third period, and you know, if I'm head coach of the Spartans, Evan Polakidis, right about now is when I'm calling my timeout.
Probably calling your timeout, setting up your play to get that goalie off the ice. Probably about a minute and a half, maybe a minute and a half, but that's all just a guess. I don't know what the perfect formula is. But
Raderman stands at the hash marks. Jason Band dumps it into the zone. Katsamakis will take it. Sandler, and it comes outside to neutral ice. Now Michael Raderman will make the sprint. Glenbrook North has an empty net. The Titans with an empty net to shoot at. 6 attackers out there for the Spartans. Katsamakis, neutral ice. Owen Just dumps this down. Grant Lochran deflects it with his stick. He'll play it off the glass. Jacob Smith keeps it alive. He shoots, and Luke Winger makes a big save.
Big save with no rebound. That's what he's probably was told by Philbin, or else that's just what he's telling himself because he's such a good goaltender, right? But he's literally going to be pouncing on those, trying to move them into the middle of his body where he's got that control. He can converge all of his pads, both top and bottom, onto those pucks. All he's got to do is, sweat out 124 left to go to put this one in the bank.
Now there has been a timeout called by Glenbrook North. Titans trying to make it 4 wins in a row after their 4-game losing streak at the end of the regular season. They won their finale against St. Viator. Then those first 2 playoff games, this could be number 4. They have the lead against the Spartans, also looking for their 7th win in a row against their biggest rival.
Dylan, Evan Palkalatis' team is playing a different kind of game tonight. GBS has really had to earn whatever they get out here. It's not a foregone conclusion that they have a victory. They do have 124 that they have to put past them, but it's been a very, very tight game, something very different than what you would see or what you did see during the regular season. So, my hat's off to both teams playing their hearts out, and let's see how this one ends.
Unbelievable fan support here tonight at the Glenview Ice Center. Let's go south. The chants from the parents and students here on the left side of the barn. 1:24 to go. Titans looking to hang on to a 1-goal lead. An empty net to shoot at. Katsamakis below the goal line, Owen Just. Looking over some options. Jacob Smith, his shot didn't get a lot on it. Rafalowski tried a turnaround shot. Jason Van will find the puck. Poke it off the boards. Looking for a shot at that empty net. It gets in the skate of the linesman, and Jason Van a little unlucky there. Rafalowski back for Katsamakis. 53 seconds to go. Spartans looking to tie. They'll enter the zone. Fans come to their feet at the Glenview Ice Center. Adrian Sokol gets it outside the zone past Katsamakis. 34 seconds to go. Katsamakis. Jacob Smith will dump this one down from neutral ice. It was a slap shot, and he was trying to fool Luke Winger. That didn't work. And the Glenbrook South All-Star goalie will put a glove on the puck. 26.9 on the clock here.
I think that speaks to how nerve-wracking this is to close the deal. That shot was just inside of the center line, and Winger chose to stop it with his chest versus his glove. I think any other situation less tense than this one, he probably would have put the leather on that. Easy catch. He chose the chest, and then it bounced onto the ground and made it a little dramatic.
Now we have a timeout by the Titans. It's been a crazy game, just 1 2-goal lead. Other than that, it's been back and forth. Glenbrook North had a 3-2 lead. GBS now leading this game 5-4, looking to defend a last-second push by Glenbrook North. And Owen Just, Aiden Siegel, Dimov are going to be out there for this final portion of regulation.
Yeah, and I can't read Jim Philbin's lips, but probably one of the things he is and should be saying is, just win the face-off. Get that face-off, get possession of that puck, and just a clear might seal the deal.
It'll be at the circle to Luke Winger's right. 6 skaters for the Spartans, 5 for the Titans. This is just game 1. We have got quite a series ahead of us between these two bitter rivals. The Battle of Glenbrook.
Right, these teams are separated by what, about 1.5 miles? And so the crowd support for either home rink is going to be tremendous, and the visiting support is going to be tremendous. So the Warriors are on the ice, 26 seconds left to go. Like I say, Freeman's got 3 goals, but he probably wants a face-off win more than anything right now.
Here we go, puck falls. taken by the Titans. Out to neutral ice. It does leak over the line. Macinter plays it back. Everyone on their feet here at the GIC. 15 seconds to go. Near side half boards. They fight for the puck. Battle against the boards. They continue. The clock keeps running. Now down to 5 seconds. The puck's still up against the boards. GBN looking for a last second shot just from an impossible angle. Oh, and Oldenburg gets a stick on it. There's the horn. And Glenbrook South wins 5-4 the final. And they are one victory away from their first ever SHL final.
Oh, and Auburn just closed the door on GBN. It was a last shot. It was going to be a tight angle, absolutely great shot if it went in, but Auburn never even let it happen. He just got his stick in the way. Puck bounced behind the nets. They count this one for GBS. The coaches are shaking hands. What a show both of these teams put on for the audience and themselves tonight.
Well, you know, John, something we talked about in the pregame, the Glenbrook South offense, not too alive in the quarterfinal series, but with Luke Winger between the pipes, it was enough to get them by with just 3 goals to win 2 games. Of course, he had that 0-0 overtime. I mean, this one, you know, GBN comes out with a lot of firepower, finds a way to score 4 goals, and the Titans offense comes alive with just the second time they've scored 3 or more in their last 10 games.
Yeah, even though GBN came out on the losing end, they were never out of this game. You know, you had, you know, I think a 2-goal spread a little bit late. They closed that down to 1, and then GBS had to fight for everything that they, you know, that they took away from this rink today. You know, they'll be in the locker room today talking about how each player played a part in this victory and how sweet it is.
5-4 the final. The shots favored GBS 31-17 here at Glenview Ice Center. We thank you so much for tuning in on Twitch or on the radio, whichever one it was. Gerard Boris on the camera. And as for the next game, we are not 100% sure. We are suspecting that it's going to be Wednesday, the state qualifier against either Hinsdale Central or New Trier Gray, whoever wins between those sides on Sunday, who the Titans would play in that round of 32. Also don't know if Game 2 of this series will take place before then, but again, just make sure you're always checking the SHL website, the Glenbrook South Hockey website. That is the most up-to-date information that you can find. So Game 2 of this series will take place soon, and that state semifinal will take place soon. John, any final thoughts?
My final thought is that if these players do have to wait for 4 or 5 nights for that next game, they'll have a lot of time to think about this one and think about all the really great things that happened. And you know, GBN's going to have to come back if they want to make a series out of this. They got to win the next 2 games. So it should be really, really fun. These guys are putting on a great show for the audience and the people who love high school hockey in this city.
All right, one more time, Gerard Boris on the camera, Wendy Freemuth keeping score, John Ward to my left. My name is Dylan Ward saying so long from the Glenview Ice Center. One more time, your final. Glenbrook South 5, Glenbrook North 4. They will take a 1-0 lead in this series.